Hello, everyone, and as always, thank you for tuning in to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We are live here from the O Arena for a volleyball matchup between our Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Cleveland State Vikings. I will be your play-by-play today, Gavin Smilowski, and to my left is our color commentator, Maryanne Sanford. Maryanne, what have we seen so far in the beginning of this game?
So far, we've got a score of 2-6 going to the Cleveland State Vikings. Right now, the Golden Grizzlies are just looking to catch up.
Oakland, unfortunately, not in the position that you'd like to see in for the standings in the league. Horizon League standings, Oakland currently in 9th, 3-8 in the conference, 7-16 overall. Just won their last game versus IU Indy, formerly IUPUI, to break a 5-game losing streak and kind of get them set to maybe the winning direction. As for Cleveland State, and the Vikings are definitely one of the better teams here in the Horizon League. They're third, 16-6 overall, 7-4 in conference, and have won the last 3 games. Are going to look to kind of bring that momentum here today. As that point will go to OU, bringing the serve back to the Golden Grizzlies direction. Score 7-3 in set number 1 here in Auburn Hills. Serve on the way, set by the Vikings. Attempt knocked over, and that'll be a violation on the Grizzlies. That'll be point to the Vikings. And a little bit of miscommunication here as the referee kind of explains the situation. Score set 8-3 Vikings. And a quick substitution here will switch things around for both teams. Ball now in the hands of Cleveland State. Serve on the way from number 7, Veda Del Venathal. She sends it over. Set by Wickman. Up and over. Stays alive for the Grizzlies. Attempt there from Cleveland State. Kept alive again. Set. Another spike attempt is saved again. Diving attempt there by Cleveland State. It's going to go point to the Grizzlies. Score 8-4. Patrick Brown with the point there for Oakland. Serve comes across. Settle around attack there off the hands of the Grizzlies, off Libby Smith. That'll be a point towards Cleveland State. Score 9-4. Serve on the way. Sent over, settled, set, attacked there by OU. Smacked under the net. That'll be another point for Cleveland State. And they are coming out early here. We are going to take a quick break here on 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. It is Volley-ween here at the O Arena on this beautiful late October day. And it can be seen here in the arena. If you come to the arena wearing a costume, you get in for free. The cheerleaders here wearing costumes, everyone that's here wearing costumes, celebrating the Halloween spirit as we get back into this game after that quick timeout. For anyone just tuning in, score 10-4 in favor of the Vikings up over the OU Golden Grizzlies. Ball will belong to Cleveland State. Serve on the way from Cleveland State. Sent over. Wickman digs it up. Attack there. Good settle. Flies back over on to OU side. That one almost blocked off the hands of a Viking defender. Set again. Ball blocked once again, and that'll hit the ground for an Oakland Grizzlies point. Oakland. Wickman will take the serve for the Golden Grizzlies. The senior defense specialist has been here for quite a while. Anyone who's tuned into Oakland Volleyball broadcasts has definitely heard that name before. Maryanne, what have we kind of been seeing so far from these Vikings to give them this lead that they currently have?
They've been working hard with their hits and their blocking. They keep picking up all the hits that Oakland's sending over to them, and they're setting up really nicely for their hitters.
That one's set by Cleveland State and just barely over the net, and that'll be another point to the Vikings. 12-5 lead now. Serving for Cleveland State will be Nia Hall. All sets up in the backcourt. Sends it over. Wickman digs that one up. Set. And the kill there for the Grizzlies. That'll belong to Ainsley Goose. Goosey, returning player here for the Golden Grizzlies. Saw a little bit of time last year as a junior. She is from Rochester, Michigan. Went to Stony Creek High School. And after attending Kent State University, she transfers here. Play volleyball for OU. Serving it now will be Rachel Rossman. Also junior, longtime Golden Grizzlies player. Started her freshman year here and has been here for all 3 seasons. That one's tipped over. Rossman keeps it up. Wickman. That one's set up, and that shot just barely off target by Libby Smith. That'll be another point for the Vikings. Quick substitution here for the Vikings. They'll bring in Liberty Torres, the senior from Ohio. Ball back in the hands of Cleveland State. Sent over by Lakin Voss. Set there. Goosey goes after it for the Grizzlies. Set again. Cleveland State tips it over. Set. And up goes Smith. That one settled again by Cleveland State. All over these, just defending these Oakland attacks very well. Score now 6-14 as we near the end of this first set. And that one sent across by Cleveland State. Settled by Rossman. In comes Smith. That one settled. Cleveland State playing well defensively. Smacked up by OU. Attack there. Back corner. Dig there from Cleveland State. Sent back across. Kept alive by the Grizzlies. Tipped over by Rossman. Settled again. Easily tipped over. Diving save from Rossman. Keeps it alive. And the Golden Grizzlies are on their toes right now, and that one's going to be called a violation. Points to the Vikings. So quick update, Maryanne, on the rules. I know you played volleyball in high school, so you kind of have an idea of what's going on here. Is it limited to, remind me if I'm wrong, to 3 touches per rally?
So it's only 3 touches, and if it gets just barely over the net and one of the Oakland players touch it, it comes back and they get a restart again.
Gotcha. So some of the violations here, still picking them up as myself, trying to learn the game. That one's sent over, dug up by Cleveland State. Flying in comes an attacker, and it's dug up by Wickman. Smacked across by Oakland. Far attempt is off target. Point to the Grizzlies. Serve on the way from Smith. She sends it over. Up for the Vikings. Set. Attack there. Off target in the same spot. That's going to be off the hands of Kohler. It'll be Oakland Grizzlies point. Oakland looking to dig their way back into this game. Went down early. Score now 15-9. Only down by 6 points here in the first game. That one set. Cleveland State attacking once again. Very aggressive up front for the Vikings. And Oakland's going to ping that one. Beautiful placement by Rossman. And that'll be another point for OU. 15-10. Smith sends it across. Settled by the Vikings. That one's set. Flying in. Good block there from Goosey. And that'll be another point to the Grizzlies. And we're going to get a quick time out here. Cleveland State. Float serves it over. Settled by Rossman. In comes Goosey, and that's off the hands of Kohler. Point for the Grizzlies. Goosey will get the serve for the Grizzlies. Sent over. Kept up by Cleveland State. Settled. Attacks there off the net. Point Grizzlies. So we've seen a pretty wide variety, Maryanne, of people serving here for the Grizzlies. Is there usually a tactic behind that? Just a certain person that will typically serve? Can anyone be chosen on any given possession?
Typically, it's just going to be anybody on the serves. It'll usually be your strongest server serving the most. and they're just going to try and place it in those open spots on the court and see who's the weakest players of the opposite team and just kind of place that ball there.
We've seen a lot of Rossman back there serving here and there. Wickman, two longtime Oakland players. Goosey gets the serve on the last one. This one's kept alive by the Grizzlies. Long rally here, and that'll be a violation. Quick substitution here. Vikings changing it up as this lead narrows down to 3. Score 17-14. Vikings lead. Oakland trying to come back. And a quick break here to wipe down the floor. OU looking to climb back after the slow start. And the ball will head back to the Vikings. Serving will be number 9, Ella Mihivic. She sends it across. Dug up by the Grizzlies. Attack there is blocked up front, and a point goes to the Vikings. Prius with the attempt there. Good block by Cleveland State. Serve on the way. Mihivic with the serve. Settled by Rossman. An attack there. Great play there by the Grizzlies for another kill.
Tyler Linkhart there on the kill. And she'll go back and she's going to serve.
Linkhart, a graduate student from Yellow Springs, Ohio, with the float serve. That's dug up by the Vikings. Attack over. That's tipped. Good shot there for Cleveland State. They'll tack another point on. Substitutions here for the Grizzlies as Linkhart and Rossman take a seat. And as for Cleveland State, they're going to bring in number 7, Veda Delvathel. She'll take the serve. She's the freshman from Northwood, Ohio, getting her first minutes here at the arena. That serve on the way. Kept alive by Wickman. Settled. A little off target, but it's sent back across by the Grizzlies. Cleveland State keeps it alive. Attack there by Nia Hall. Wickman still keeping alive for the Grizzlies. Just in between, and that'll be a point towards Oakland. 19-16.
Got number 17, Gentry Bound, back on the serve.
For Oakland, Libby Smith will return to the floor. Serve on the way. Sent across, settled by the Vikings. Attack there. Wickman keeping it alive. Settled. Wickman with the set. Coming in is Smith. Cleveland State still attacking. Hall with the kill there. 2016 lead for the Vikings. And substitution will take Hall. They will take Appleby out of the game.
Got number 6, Emma Walker on the serve for Cleveland State.
Walker sends it across, kept alive by the Grizzlies. Great shot there. And that'll be another kill and another point. Score 20-18 now. 17. One thing I noticed, Maryanne, and it's something that I've never really got, is you got one player on each side of the court that is wearing a different color uniform. What is the reason for that?
So that's a libero. That's typically going to be who you want to pick up that first touch on a ball every single time. They usually don't get much break. Typically, it's only for about 30 seconds or so while they have somebody come in and serve for them one time. And then they're always in the game, always playing, always working hard to get that ball.
Wickman plays the position there for the Grizzlies. We have seen her with that black uniform as opposed to the white for the last few seasons. And we are going to take a quick break here. while the previous play is under review. As always, you are listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Serve on the way from Cleveland State. And that one goes long. Points to Oakland. Or 21-20 as we narrow in on that 25 point for either team. As Rossman will take the serve for the Grizzlies. Returning to the floor for Oakland is going to be number 5, Tyler Linkhart. Cleveland State keeps it alive. That shot up, blocked. Battle at the net. Rossman keeps it alive. Sent back by Linkhart. Smith with the attack. Cleveland State up. Hall sends it across. And that'll be just out of bounds. Point to the Grizzlies. And that's a tie ball game, 21-21. And we're going to get a timeout here. As the score now 21. We have a tie game here in the first set. We're going to take a quick break for this media timeout, and we'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We are tied here at the O Arena in beautiful Auburn Hills, Michigan. for this volleyball matchup between our Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the third placed Cleveland State Vikings. Score 21-21 in set number 1. Serve on the way from Rossman. That one's floated over, set by the Vikings. Attack there, and that'll be an easy point there as Kohler gets another kill.
Got Liberty Torres and Riley Wadden coming in for the Vikings. We'll have Lake and Voss on the serve for the Vikings.
Voss sets it across, settled by Oakland, set by Rossman, and coming in, that'll be Linkhart for the kill. Score still tied at 22.
Number 12, Living Smith on the serve for Oakland.
Serve across, set by Cleveland State. Across, kept alive. And that one knocked strength out by Kohler. She's going to have another kill. Playing fantastic defense up front for Cleveland State. Score 23-22. Narrowing in on that 25th point is the Vikings.
Got number 2, Kohler on the serve.
And quick timeout called by the Oakland Grizzlies. And we're going to stay with you through this break. Score 23-22. What have we seen in these last few points?
We've just kind of seen they're battling each other out. They're really close right now. Oakland made a great comeback to catch up to the Warriors. And now they're both looking to just fight to get up to that 25 points before the other one does.
Kohler, a few good points for the Vikings in these last few minutes. She's been the real difference up front. Oakland trying to push through. Rossman playing well. Wickman keeping balls alive per usual. She led the league in digs for quite a long time last year in the Horizon League. 4th right now in the Horizon League digs. That's something she tends to lead in her category. Quick break for both teams as we narrow in on the 25th point. For anyone that isn't aware, score to 25 for each set. Best of 5, I should say. First to 3 total sets wins them the game. And both teams looking to try to get out of here quickly. Cleveland State looking to defend their 3rd place position. And Oakland looking to get something started as they sit in 9th in the Horizon League. Coming off a win, though, Oakland had lost 5 previous games in a row, and they head down to IU Indy, and they come out with the victory, and that finally breaks the streak and brings up the morale a bit for this team. And Cleveland State coming off 3 straight wins, going strong, trying to bring the momentum here to Auburn Hills and keep their streak going and set it to 4. Kohler on the serve for the Vikings. Oakland prepped in the back. On the way for the Cleveland State Vikings. Set by Rossman. In comes Linkhart. That's going to be off target. Into the net. Score 24-22. This is set point for the Vikings.
Got number 2, Kohler on the serve for set.
Kohler has been on many of these serves as she has won a lot of points on front for Cleveland State. That one's set by Rossman. In comes Goosey. Kept alive by Cleveland State. Kept up and straight down. Great play there from Cleveland State. And they're going to take set number 1. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We'll be back with you for set number 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We are live here from beautiful Oakland University in Auburn Hills, Michigan, at the arena for a volleyball matchup between our Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Cleveland State Vikings. As the Horizon League volleyball season comes to an end, Cleveland State currently sits at third with a strong record in the Horizon League. As for Oakland, they are sitting at ninth, and they need to get something going. Taking a win in their last game breaks the 5-game losing streak they had. Maryanne, what could we expect from Oakland in this next set to try to, come back from what they missed in the last one?
They're probably going to try and get past those blockers. The blockers on Cleveland State have been shutting them down a lot and making sure that those hits do not make it over the net. And once they get past those blockers, you're going to want to look for those open spots on the court and just aim for those every time. And serves going to those open spots as well, and just picking out the weak links on the Vikings.
Those blockers, Kohler, Hall, have been some of the ones up top. Appleby have been some of the leading blockers for Cleveland State, and that has been a serious issue for Oakland trying to get past that. The ball will be in the hands of junior Rachel Rossman, and she will serve to start off set number 2 for Oakland. Rossman with the serve. That one sent over, dug up by Cleveland State. In comes an attacker. Good save there for the Grizzlies. That one off the net, saved by Cleveland State. They keep it alive. That one's tipped just over the net, returned by the Oakland. Cleveland side attacks off the hands, and that's going to be a point to Cleveland State. They'll take the first one here in this second set.
Got number 2, Kohler, serving for the Vikings.
Kohler sends it over. Dug up by Gentry Brown. Attacked. That one stays alive for Cleveland State. Hands of Liberty Torres. Serve on the way from number 9, Mihajlovic. She'll send it over for the Vikings. Brown keeps it alive off the hands of Rossman. An attack there is good. That'll be point Oakland 2-2. Returning to the floor for the Grizzlies will be Lillian Frias. Lucy with the serve. Sends it across, dug up by Cleveland State. That one off target. That'll be Cleveland State point. 3-2 lead. The Vikings looking to get some momentum started. Got up early on the Grizzlies in the first set. Oakland able to kind of bring it back, tied it up at one point, but they were able to shut them down to end the end of the first set and take the first one. Sent across by Cleveland State. Dug up by Wickman. Brown with the attack. That's blocked by Appleby. Another shot flicked off the hands of Hall. Kept alive. Hall comes in. Wickman keeps it alive. Set by Rossman. That one off the fingertips of Cleveland State. Stays up, flicked across, settled by Brown. Rossman with the set. And that one ends up in no man's land. That will be a point to Cleveland State. For 4-2 now. Serve on the way. The Vikings skips off the net. Rossman with the set. Attacking is Oakland, and that one sent into the stands off the hands of Delvathel. That's going to be a point to Oakland.
Number 5, Tyler Linkhart on the serve for the Golden Grizzlies.
Linkhart sends it across. Kept alive by the Vikings. Hall with the attack. Easy kill. She's got another one. Score 5-3. Hall, one of those athletic fronts, along with Kohler and Appleby for Cleveland State. They've really caused some issues so far for Oakland. And you mentioned that's something they need to get by, that front three, but it has not been successful so far.
Yeah, they just got to look to figure out how they're going to tip it past them or just get around those hands.
That one sent across. Gentry Brown keeps it alive. Set. Flipped across by Oakland. Kept alive. That one will just be in. Points to the Vikings. 6-3 lead.
Number 6, Emma Walker on the serve for the Vikings.
Walker sends it over. Kept alive. Set by Oakland. Attack there. And that one's going to go out. Good work for Oakland to get another point. Score 6-4. Brown on the serve as Smith returns for the Grizzlies. That one goes over. Vikings keeping it up. Set. Attack by Hall. Off the hands of the Grizzlies. Smith with another attack. Hall flicks it over. Blocked by OU, but it's kept alive by Cleveland State. And that one goes far. Point to the Grizzlies.
You get number 17, Gentry Brown back on the serve for the Grizzlies.
Brown, the sophomore, out of Shady Side, Ohio. Second year here with Oakland. Communication between the referees and Kohler as Brown sets for her serve. Score 6-5 in set number 2. Vikings up by 1. So far, Oakland looking like a bit of a different team. Not looking like the 9th place team in the Horizon League right now against Cleveland State. That ball settled. Attacked by Kohler. Kept alive by Oakland. Set. And that one's will be a violation. Point to the Vikings. Serve on the way from Hall. Sent across. Dug up by Wickman. Good flick there. OU keeping it alive. Off the hands. Brown. Set. In comes Shore. That one's off target. She'll take another one at it. And shot. That one's just off target. It's going to go point to OU. Score is 7-6 as Wickman will take the serve. Wickman tosses that one over. Sent back by Cleveland State. Beautiful placement there by Goosey to get the point. We're going to get a quick timeout here. And we're going to take a media timeout. We'll be with you shortly. You are listening to 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Score is 7-7 here in set number 2 in this volleyball matchup between our Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Cleveland State Vikings. It is Volley-ween here at the arena as we near that time of the year. In beautiful Auburn Hills, Michigan, the fall colors are flying. And so is Hall as she attacks for the Vikings. That one goes off the hands. Shot there. Good play. And that'll be a point to the Grizzlies. And they take their first lead of this set and actually their first lead of the game. Wickman will take it from the back. Sends it across. Settled by Cleveland State. Set by the Vikings. The attack. Point Cleveland State. That ties it up. The Oakland bench getting loud. Something to celebrate about. They win their last game, looking to try to keep their streak alive. Same with Cleveland State winning their last 3.
Got number 16, Lakin Voss on the serve for the Vikings.
Ball sent across by the Vikings. Gentry Brown scoops it. An attack is Goosey. She'll get another kill. 4-9-8. Returning to the floor will be Rossman, along with number 5, Tyler Linkart. Rossman with the serve for Oakland. Cleveland State ready on the other hand. That's sent across. Scooped up by the Vikings. Attack there from Kohler. Settled by Rossman. And a violation there. That'll be point to Cleveland State. Not sure what happened there.
I think they're calling Rossman under the net. She went over the line, I think.
Point goes to Cleveland State, 9-9, as they tie that up. Kohler with the serve. Off the net. And that'll be point to Cleveland State. One thing I noticed, Maryanne, that I would not expect in sports, netted sports like tennis and ping pong, you can't hit the net on your serve, but that appears to go here.
Yeah. Yeah. So if the ball is going to hit the net and come over, it's still legal and the other team picks it up.
It can cause just the deflection. It seems difficult to track, and it has happened several times here for the Vikings, and it resulted in points their way. That one settled, flicked across, kept alive by Brown. Wickman sends it backwards and sent back across by Oakland as they barely survive that possession. Another attack on the Grizzlies, settled by Rossman. And that one will be another violation, point to Oakland as they tie it up at 10. She sends it across. Settled by Cleveland State. In comes the attack. Wickman with the set. Linkart flicks it over. Appleby keeps it alive. Great shot there from Cleveland State's number 9, Mehekovich. And that'll be another point for the Vikings, tying it back up at 11. Mehekovich with the serve, returning to, or I should say, hopping on the floor for her first minutes will be Lisa Bates for OU. That attack from Linkart is stopped cold. And that one also, that point will go to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Ainsley Boozy on the serve for the Golden Grizzlies.
Lucy has had a huge impact here as well up front, has kind of played that role that we've seen Kohler play on the Vikings end. Sent across. Kept alive. And Hall with the attack and a great block there from Linkart. That'll be another point to Oakland, and they got the 2-point lead here on the Vikings. UC with the serve. Set by Marshall. That one comes across. That shot off target. Point to Oakland. Oakland's starting to kind of pull away here. 14-11 now with the 3-point lead. We're going to get a quick break here because we will have a play reviewed. We are going to take a quick break here as well here on WXOU. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Score 13-12 now, as that point will actually get taken away from Oakland and sent over to the Vikings. So instead of a 3-point lead, Oakland now only up by 1. That one kept alive by the Grizzlies. In comes Gentry Brown, and that's going to go points to Cleveland State as they now tie the game back up.
And number 7, Delventhal on the serve for the Vikings.
Cleveland sets it across. Settled by Wickman. Set by Rossman. Off the hands. And Appleby's going to keep that one alive. Point to the Vikings as they now take the lead 14-13. Serve remaining with Delventhal. She sends it across. Wickman, set by Rossman. In comes Brown, kept alive by Walker. Sent across by Cleveland State, settled by Wickman, set by Rossman, and she pushes it over. Good play there, almost gets the point, smacked back across. Set again. This one, the hands of Linkhart, kept alive by Cleveland State. Long rally here, sent back across. That one saved by the Grizzlies. Another set. Shot goes long, points to the Vikings. Long rally for the point to go Cleveland State's direction. 15-13 lead here in set number 2. Vikings taking set number 1 narrowly. So Oakland going to try to fight through so they don't go down 2-0. Another quick break to wipe the floor. And the ball will be in the hands of Cleveland State. Delventhal with the serve on the way. Set across by the Vikings. Scooped up by Wickman. Rossman keeps it alive. In comes OU. That one set back up. Hall with the attack off the hands. OU still in it. Attack on the way off the hands. Kept alive. And the Grizzlies will take that point. Beautiful play. And OU, off the hands of Linkhart, that is, will receive the point. Score 15-14 serve on the way from Linkhart. OU staying in it. Quick lead for the moment. The Vikings take back over. Looking to bring that down to another tie. Flicked across by the Vikings. Settled attack there. That one's going to go directly off the net, off the hands of Frias, and That'll be points to the Vikings, 16-14.
Number 6, Emma Walker on the serve for the Vikings.
Shot returning to the floor for the Grizzlies, along with number 23, the freshman Delaney Stern. Serve on the way is from Walker, sent across. Stern with the set. And that one's going to go out. That goes long. Points to the Vikings, 14-17. And a quick conversation between all the referees here, as Oakland seems to be pretty confident that point was their direction. And a challenge will be called by OU. And we are going to take a quick break here for this challenge call. Score currently 17-14 here in set number 2. Oakland looking to get that point their direction, try to bring it within 1. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Successful challenge there by the Grizzlies coaching staff brings this game within 1, 16-15 lead for the Vikings, erasing that deficit that they had of 3. We saw the similar situation earlier where where Oakland was up by 3. The Vikings challenged a call and got that brought within 1. So calls in a way even out, and it'll be Oakland Grizzlies serve in the back. This one coming off the hands of Gentry Brown. Brown sends it across. Settled by Cleveland State. That one's set. Attack there. Scooped up by Brown. Settled by Stern. Goosey. That one's set. Up goes shot, and that'll be a point for Oakland. Tie game at 16. Gentry Brown will serve again for Oakland. So some more clarification for everyone. If you win your point as the server, do you have to remain the server until the point is lost? It appears that Oakland is running, and both teams for this matter, they'll win a point and the same server will keep going.
Yep. So if you get the point, the same girl, she'll go back and she'll serve up until they lose that point, and they'll come back and they'll rotate again for another girl to serve.
Oakland trying to stay alive here off the fingertips of Cleveland State, and Oakland will take the lead 17-16. Good play there as Brown returns to serve once again. Quick switch around for Cleveland State. Oakland remaining with the same 6 out there. Serve on the way. That one goes across, settled by the Vikings. Set. Attack there by Hall. That one goes off the hands. Point to Cleveland State. They'll tie up the ball game. Hall has been incredibly effective today against this Oakland front, showing off her athleticism, coming in for several kills.
Number 14, Riley Wadden on the serve.
That one goes across. Brown keeps it up. And that one kept alive by shot. Good play there. Flicked over by Oakland, and that's going to be point Cleveland State. Libby Smith thought she had that one.
Still on the serve for the Vikings.
Sent across. Scooped by Brown. Set by Stern. Attacking is Frias, and she'll get the points for Oakland and ties it back up at 18. Goose returning to the floor, taking out Frias for a quick break. Goosey has been very impactful up front, kind of playing the same role you would expect here from Frias. Wickman will be the server now for Oakland. That one goes across. Set by Cleveland State. Flying in is the Cleveland State attacker, but it's kept alive by Wickman. Set. Gentry Brown flips it over. Good save. Vikings keep it alive. Tossed over by Kohler. Kept alive by Wickman on the dive. Shot comes up. Sends it over. Long rally here. Ball kept alive. Flying in is another Cleveland State attacker. Wickman with the settle. In comes Smith. Vikings, they take another shot at it. Blocked at the net. Set again. Wickman keeps it alive for Oakland. Stern with the set. Blocked, and a great rally there for the Grizzlies. It'll be a point 19-18 lead now. Much needed win on that possession for Oakland. Those long rallies there can be exhausting, but both teams stay in it. And Wickman will return to serve. Wickman sending it across. Kept alive by Cleveland State. Flying in. Good save there by Brown. Set up. Goosey flicks it over. Cleveland State. Far shot. That one's going to go off the foot of the referee, which is inbounds. Point goes to Oakland. 20-18 lead now as Wickman sets up behind the line. Wickman with the serve. Oakland sets. Dug up there by Walker. Kept alive. Stern flicks it up. Wickman with the set. In comes Smith. Kept alive again by Cleveland State. Kohler comes up off the hands of Goosey. That'll be a point to the Vikings. 20-19 lead now. Quick substitution for Cleveland State. And that'll be serve on the way. This one coming from Voss. Voss for Cleveland State with the serve. Dug up by Wickman. Settled by Stern. In comes shot. That's off the hands. Beautiful shot there. Perfect placement. That'll get another point to the Grizzlies. 21-19 as Rossman returns to the floor with Linkparth. Rossman will take the serve. Sent across. Scooped by the Vikings. Kept alive. Wickman with the settle. Set by Rossman. In comes Linkart. And that'll be another point to the Grizzlies. And they're on their way to a victory in this set. Score 22-19.
Rossman on the serve for the Golden Grizzlies here.
Rossman having a great game so far. Sends that one across. Settled by Cleveland State. Attack. Wickman digs one up. Set by Rossman. And flying in is Libby Smith for another point. Score 23-19. Oakland lead. On the way from Rossman once again. Cleveland State going down by 4 now. Good dig. Kept alive. In comes the Vikings. Settled by Rossman. That one goes across. Kept alive. Kohler sets it. Flying across. Easy settle there for Brown. In comes Smith. Kept alive. Long possession. Flipped over by Linkart. Ball still alive. Rossman with the set. In comes Smith. The Vikings get back in their position. Kohler attacks Wickman with a great save. Settled again. Off the net. Kept alive. From out of bounds. That's flicked over. Shot again in a collision between Brown and Wickman. They keep it alive. Rally still going. Ross with the set. In comes Linkart. She'll go long, and that'll be point to the Vikings. Another long rally that Oakland just does not come out on top of. And a quick timeout will be taken here. Score 23-20 in this second set. Oakland up by 3. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. And that's going to be a point to the Vikings to open up this play out of timeout. Score 23-21. Oakland with the 2-point lead. Look to try to get to that 25th point, just 2 away. Try to take set number 2.
Got Kohler on the serve for the Vikings here.
Kohler will look to send it over. Oakland sets. Dug up by the Grizzlies. Set by Rossman. In comes Goosey. That one's off target. Still alive. Vikings send it back over. Rossman with another set. And a good block there. But it's points to the Grizzlies. 24-21 now. 1 point off, taking this second set.
Smith on set point for the serve.
And that's going to go points to the Vikings. 22-24. Serve on the way from Cleveland State. Hekovich sends it over. That one barely kept alive by Rossman. Good read. Set. An attack there. That one's inbounds, and Cleveland State kind of narrowing in on this game right now. 24-23, now only down by 1. And a quick timeout taken. We're going to stay with you through this timeout. So one thing I wonder, Maryanne, when we get to, let's say they tie this up at 24, is it a win by 2 situation, or how does this work?
So they do have to win by 2. So if the Vikings come back up and they tie at 24, then Oakland would have to come back up to 26. And if they just keep tying back and forth, it just keeps going until they get that 2-point lead to win.
And Oakland needs to take this set as they lost the first one. So Cleveland State up 1-0 overall in sets. And this, of course, it's first to 3. So Cleveland State taking the set would not be good for the Grizzlies' case. Oakland currently in 9th in the Horizon League. Not playing their best volleyball of the season. They did break their 5-game losing streak recently, and with a game 1 down in IU Indy. Overall record of 7-16, 3-8 in the conference, as Cleveland State sits at 16-6, 7-4 in the conference, and Cleveland State sits at 3rd. It's really a battle for 3rd and 2nd at the moment, as Wright State is just one of the top tier volleyball programs here in the Horizon League. Every year they consistently beat down on most Horizon League. They currently sit with only 1 loss on the top of the Horizon League standings. 10-1 conference record. Milwaukee sits right behind at 9-2. Cleveland State in 3rd at 7-4. Oakland 3-8, tied for the 9th place spot in conference with Robert Morris as they sit above the 1-10 conference record Youngstown State, who's not been playing their version of volleyball this year. And that shot goes wide on the serve, and Oakland will take that set. And mistake coming from the Vikings end will give Oakland their set win. And we will be back with you shortly. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We are live here in set number 3 in this volleyball matchup between our Oakland Golden Grizzlies and the Cleveland State Vikings. Score 1-1 currently. The third place Cleveland State Vikings looking to try to make way onto Milwaukee, who currently sits at second in the Horizon League, and Oakland looking to try to keep their distance from the bottom of the leaderboard. They currently sit at 9. And coming off their first win of the last 6 attempts, Oakland looking to try to keep their streak alive. Cleveland State has won their last 3 and are looking for number 4 today here in Auburn Hills. And that serve goes directly into the net. Score 1-1 to start off this set number 3.
Number 12, Libby Smith on the serve for the Grizzlies.
Smith sends it across. Dug up by Walker. That's set. And Hall misfires on that one. It'll be Oakland point score 2-1. Serve back in the hands of the Grizzlies. Libby Smith. She sends it across. Walker settles it. Set by the Grizzlies. Hall comes in. That one off the hands of Libby Smith. Point to Cleveland as Kohler returns to the floor, giving Appleby a break. And serving for Cleveland State will be number 6, Emma Walker, the senior from Mentor, Ohio. She sends it across for the Vikings. Settled by Oakland. Set. In comes Gentry Brown for 2. Sorry, 2. Meant 1 point. My bad. Had my basketball mindset on there for a second, Maryanne. Great play there for the Grizzlies to get another point on the board. Score 3-2, 1 point lead. And that serve from Goosey goes directly into the net. That'll be Vikings point. Score now tied 3-3. Returning to the floor for the Vikings will be Riley Wadden. She will take the serve. That one sent across. Dug up by Oakland. Barely kept alive. And in comes Brown, and she'll get another kill for the Grizzlies. On the way. Linkard sends it across. Wadden. It's set by the Vikings. That shot out of bounds. Points to OU.
Linkart still on the serve for the Grizzlies.
Wadden digs it up. Kohler with the attack off the hands of Smith. That one blocked, kept alive by Bates. Kohler tips it over in no man's eye. Wickman diving saves that one. Back across, off the hands of Wickman. And that'll be points to Cleveland State. Quick substitutions here. Ball back with Vikings. Voss will take the serve. Cleveland State Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We are here live from the O Arena. Score 6-5 in set number 3. OU up by 1 on the Cleveland State Vikings. Rally continuing. That one's hit across by shot. And a good block there at the net by the Grizzlies. And that'll be a point to Oakland. Libby Smith meets her at the net.
Gentry Brown on the serve for the Grizzlies.
Brown sends it across. Dug up by Wadden. That one comes across. And that one is blocked. Great play there by OU. And that'll be another point, up 8-5 now. And we're going to get a timeout. You are listening to 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. And if you are tuning in on WXOU.org or on 88.3, you are just jumping in live. Score is 8-5. Oakland lead here in set number 3. Score 1-1 in total sets. Both teams looking to get their second set here. Serve on the way from the Grizzlies. Back across, set by Stern. Attack there off the legs of the shot. That'll be point to Cleveland State. Score 8-6. Appleby returns to the floor for the Cleveland State Vikings. Kohler with the serve. That one sent across. Gentry Brown. This one comes off the hands of Libby Smith. Saved by the Vikings. Shot. Set by Stern. That one's flicked over. Good play there by OU. Still kept alive. And a shot there off the fingertips of Liberty Torres brings another point the Vikings' direction. Score 8-7.
Kohler on the serve for the Vikings.
Kohler looks to set it across. Wickman. The hands of Stern. In comes OU. Settled. Attacked by Torres. Off the hands of the Vikings, and that's going to go to Oakland. Score 9-7. Wickman will take the serve for OU. Scooped up by Wadden. Set. In comes Torres. Off the hands of Goosey, and that'll be a point to the Vikings. Score 9-8. And returning to the floor will be Hall for Cleveland State. Serve on the way from Cleveland State. Score 9-8 in set number 3. Brown. Income shot. That one's off target. Settled by Walker. Met at the rim. Oh, just off target, and the ball just bouncing around off the hands of Stern. That's going to be another point Cleveland State's direction. Score 9-9 now. Another serve coming from Mijakovic. That one sent over. Settled. Returned by Goosey. Set. Torres for the Vikings. And that's another point and another kill Torres' direction. And that'll be another point for the Vikings as they reclaim their lead here in the third set, 10-9. Cleveland State not backing down now. Serve directly into the net. That'll be a point to Oakland. Score tied back up at 10. Rossman returns to the floor along with Linkhart. Rossman will serve for OU. That one goes. Scooped up by Wadden. Still alive. Rossman with the set. Off the fingertips. Hall goes. Saved by Rossman. Ends up in the middle of everyone for another point the Vikings direction. And score now 11-10. Returning to the floor is Dalventhal, the freshman for the Vikings. Serve. Brown keeps it alive. Just a quick flick there from Libby. And Hall comes in for another kill. Cleveland State owning the front right now against Oakland. Falling behind. Score now 12-10. Serve. Kept alive by Gentry Brown. Blocked at the net by Hall. Settled. Linkhart with the attack. Cleveland State way. That'll bounce off the hands of Gentry Brown and fly into the student section. Point to the Vikings. And we're going to get a media timeout here at the arena. Score currently sits at 13-10, the 3-point lead for the Vikings. We're going to take a quick break here from WXOU, and we'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. The score, 13-10. Here, Cleveland State lead in the third set. Sets 1-1. Oakland trying to get their second win in a row after dropping 5 straight. Streak broken last game against IU Indy. They're going to look to continue it today. Serve belongs to Cleveland State. Up 13-10. Served. OU. Gentry Brown settled by Rossman. In comes Linkart. Good block there at the front by Hall, and that's going to result in another point. This one to Cleveland State again. Hall and Appleby up front playing fantastic volleyball. Serve on the way. Wickman digs it up. Rossman with the set. Brown attacks. Rossman up again. This one Linkart. Good play there by Demvathel. Rossman keeps it alive. Another block there at the front once again. Cleveland State defending the net well. And that one will go the Vikings' direction. Score 15-10 as their lead is starting to spread here. Serve on the way from the Vikings. Oakland looking to try to return something that isn't sent directly back to them by that Cleveland front. Rossman with the set. In comes Goosey. Good play there by Cleveland State to keep it alive. Rossman sets again. Goosey again. And a great play as she attacks Walker. And that'll be a point for the OU Grizzlies. 15-11 now. OU down by 4.
Libby Smith here on the serve for the Grizzlies.
Smith sending it over. Walker. Set. In comes Hall. Those ones off the hands. Again, another play there from Hall. Kohler will return to the floor for the Vikings. Serve remains in the hands of Cleveland State. Emma Walker sends it across. Bit of a miscommunication. The ball's going to end up behind the end line. Score Vikings 17-11. Not what we were expecting here. Oakland and Cleveland State going back and forth for quite a while. The first couple matches or sets came down to the wire, but Cleveland State starting to kind of gain more leverage here. And that one just an easy mistake by Wickman. Score now 18-11. Cleveland State starting to play kind of what we were expecting as they do creep now to a 7-point lead. That'll be a timeout taken on Oakland's end. And we're going to take a timeout here at WXOU, and we'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU. from Wadden. Kept alive. Quick touches. Walker sets it up. Torres comes flying in. Stern with the set for the Grizzlies. Up. And a good shot there, but just outside. Point goes to the Vikings as Hall returns, taking out Wadden. Score 22-17 now.
Number 9, Mahasevic on the serve for the Vikings. Looking to finish up this set here with 3 more points to go.
Vikings looking to take that 2-1 set lead. That one sent across left-handed, set by Stern. And that one goes out off the hands of Livy Smith. Gets a reaction out of the Vikings bench. Score 23-17.
Mahasevic still on the serve for the Vikings.
That one off the tip of the net. Keeps going. Stern set. Shot comes in. And that's another point as she has been playing very good volleyball tonight for the Grizzlies as she gets another kill. She took the previous point with a kill as well for the Grizzlies.
Rachel Rossman on the serve for the Grizzlies, looking to catch up to the Vikings here.
Rossman sends it over, barely kept alive. It's flipped across by Walker. Set by Rossman. In comes Goosey. And that's a great play. That'll be another point OU's direction as they narrow it down to 4.
It's still on the serve.
Comes across from Rossman. Set. Torres attacks and nowhere to go with that off the hands of Wickman. 24-19, 1 point off the win in this set. Switch up for the Vikings. Serve on the way. Vikings set point. Wickman keeps it alive. That one's going to fall out, and the Vikings will take set number 3. And we are going to take a quick break here for in between the sets. Set 2-1 lead now for the Vikings. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We settle into set number 4 here at the O Arena as the Vikings take a 2-1 set lead over Oakland. Maryanne, what can we expect here from Oakland? They need to win this set if they want to stay in this game.
They're going to want to keep a nice, strong front row in those hits and getting past the blockers here on the Vikings. You got number 1, Nia Hall in the front. She's been shutting those hits down for Oakland. You're also going to want to keep a nice, strong back row as well as Hall keeps hitting those balls also.
All one of those, as you said, on both offense and defense has had a huge impact. With their partner in crime, Appleby, have also sat next to her the entire time and has really caused a difference in this game. Set, attack there. Wickman keeps it alive. Over, across, back on Cleveland State's end. In comes Appleby. That one is going to be on target. And that'll be Vikings point. 1-0 to open up this set. Brown sets that one. Wickman. In comes the Grizzlies. Libby Smith attacking. Flicked across. Rossman with the set. Goosey attacks. Rossman to Wickman. In comes Smith. Kept alive by Walker. Across. And Mia Hall with another point. Someone you mentioned just has been impactful and once again gets another point for her team.
Number 6, Emma Walker on the serve here for the Vikings.
Wickman keeps it alive. Off. Hands of Rossman. Goosey attacking. Settled by the Vikings. Hall comes at it, and she's got another point for her Vikings. Cleveland State on top of it, opening up 3-0. Across from Walker. Brown keeps it alive. In comes Linkhart. Kept alive again. Rossman sets to Goosey. And Goosey with great placement there for one.
Number 12, Libby Smith on the serve here, trying to catch up with the Vikings.
Smith over. Kept alive, but almost out of bounds. Coming across as the Vikings. Rossman settles it. Wickman. To Gentry Brown, who attacks Walker. Kept alive by Cleveland State. Linkhart answers at the net. Cleveland State still keeping it alive. Returned again. And a great touch there by Kohler will be another point to the Vikings. 4-1 lead. It's just unfortunate for Oakland. I mean, you have Hall attacking you the entire time at the net, and then she gets a break, and Kohler comes in and does the same.
We get number 14, Riley Wadden on their serve here for the Vikings.
Set by Rossman. Linkhart. That one's kept alive as it hits the net. Violation there. Point to the Grizzlies. I'm not sure what the call there was.
Not quite sure either.
Goosey will take it for OU. Across. Saved by the Vikings. A good play there for another Vikings point. 5-2 lead as Wickman got her little break. As you said, that center player just doesn't get a whole lot of breaks in these games, and Wickman will return to the floor after a possession break.
Boss on the serve here for the Vikings.
Rossman set. In comes Linkhart off the hands of Wadden for another point. 5-3 lead now for the Vikings. Lead cut to 2. Linkhart with the serve. Wadden keeps it alive. Set. In comes Torres. Good play there by Emily Wickman to keep it alive. That one off the hands of Torres. Point to OU. Score now 5-4 as they bring it into 1.
Linkart still on the serve.
And a quick equipment break as both teams look to wipe up the floor. Score 5-4 now. OU trying to bring it back in this final, or in possibly the final set. In set number 4. Serve on the way from Linkart. Across. Kept alive. Torres attacks. Saved by the Grizzlies. And in comes Lillian Frias as she attacks Walker for 1.
Linkart on the serve. Now with a tied score here with the Vikings, looking to get that lead.
Ball across from Linkart. Great placement there for 1. And just like that, OU's got the lead by 1. Not backing down in this 4th set despite being down 2-1. Serve on the way from Linkart. Barely kept alive off the knuckles of the Vikings player there. That one's off target. 7-5 lead now in the hands of OU. You're going to get immediate timeout here. You are listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Score is 7-5, 2-point lead here in set number 4 for the Grizzlies as they are down 1-2 and looking to try to come back and tie it up at 2 sets apiece here in set number 4. Serve. That one sent off the hands of the Grizzlies, kept alive, and a block up front by Kohler. Point goes to the Vikings. And Stern and Schott will hit the floor again for the Grizzlies. Typical rotation there we've seen so far as Appleby returns to the floor for the Cleveland State Vikings.
Get Kohler on the serve here, looking to get that lead back.
Kohler sends it across. Wickman keeping it alive. Stern flicks it over. Great play there by the freshman Stern to get an easy point for the Grizzlies. 8-6 lead.
That lead going here.
That one, Wadden keeps it alive. Set. Appleby attacks. Saved by Gentry Brown. Good play there to keep it alive for the Grizzlies. Libby Smith across. Torres hits it. Set by Stern. In comes Schott. And a great block there from Torres. Point to the Vikings. As Paul returns to the court for the Vikings, Wadden hits the bench.
Number 9, Mahasevich on the serve here for the Vikings.
That one sent over Brown keeps it alive. Set by Stern. In comes Smith. Point to the Vikings as that one's off target. And now Cleveland State tying it up and starting to gain some points fast. We kind of saw this in the previous set where they kind of took off, ended up with a nearly an 8-point lead at one point. Served, and that's perfect placement. Brown not able to get to it. Score now 9-8. Vikings starting to creep up. They now have their lead in this set.
Mahasevich still on the serve.
Mahasevich looking to send it over. Brown cleans it up. Set by Stern. And that one's way out of bounds off the hands of Frias. And that'll be point to the Vikings. 10-8 lead now. That'll be a timeout for the Grizzlies as their lead quickly shrinks away. Vikings now up 10-8. 2-point lead here in the fourth set while leading 2-1. We're going to take a quick break here for this timeout. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. We are live here from the arena. Score 10-8 lead in the fourth set. Vikings up 2-1 and up 10-8 in this set. They look to try to close out set number 4 and win the game here in Auburn Hills. That shot looks to be off the fingertips of the Vikings. So score to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. UC returns to the floor.
Six, Emily Wickman on the serve here, looking to get that lead back.
Wickman sends it across. Scooped up by the Vikings. And what a play there by Hall. And they called it a palm. Maybe a rule check on that. A palmed ball, and they're going to they're not going to count the point and send it to Oakland's direction. So Oakland benefiting on that violation. Score 10-10. That shot goes over. Returned by the Vikings. Torres comes flying in. That one's on target. Score 11-10 now. Wickman hitting the deck there, trying to keep that one alive.
So Venta on the serve here for the Vikings, looking to get a little bit more distance between them and the Grizzlies.
That one sent over. Wickman keeping it alive. Set by Stern. In comes Goosey. And she's got the kill for the Grizzlies. Ties it back up at 11. Rossman and Linkhart looking to return the floor for the Grizzlies.
Rossman on the serve for the Grizzlies.
And into the net. Unfortunate serve there by Rossman for 12-11. And the Vikings will take back over with a serve of their own. That one sent across. Kept alive. Rossman sets it off the hands. Great play there by OU.
Kobe Smith on the serve here for the Grizzlies, looking to break that tie and go ahead and get the lead.
And just unfortunate error there for the Vikings. And OU will take that one and take the lead 13-12.
Smith still on the serve.
The Vikings keeping it alive. Kohler attacks. Wickman. That one's just flicked over by Gentry Brown. Returning it are the Vikings. Kept alive. Rothman with the set. In comes Linkhart. Saved by the Vikings. Still alive. Looks to flick it across. Great defense by Goosey.
Linkhart on the serve.
That one's up. In comes Torres. Points to the to the Vikings. Hey, to up again. This game back and forth. Stern and Shot return to the floor for the Grizzlies. Appleby for the Vikings.
Kohler on the serve here for the Vikings, looking to get that lead back once again.
That one sent across to the hands of Wickman. Set by Stern. In comes Gentry Brown. Kept alive by Kohler. Torres across. Shot keeps it alive for the Grizzlies. Back to Stern. Appleby keeps that one away from the Vikings end. Set by Wadden. Torres into the net. Point to the Grizzlies. 18-17. What a game this set is becoming. Back and forth. No team gaining more than a 2-point lead.
Gentry Brown back on the serve, the Grizzlies.
Across. Wadden keeps it alive. Set. Appleby flicks it over. Kept alive by the Grizzlies. Saved by the Vikings. Stern with the set. In comes Shot. Off the hands of the Vikings, but kept alive. And Torres attacks. Wickman keeps it up. Set. Just flicked and off the hands. And Oakland will drop that point. Vikings tying it back up at 18. As has been the trend this entire period. Score tied up once again. Serve sent over by Cleveland State. Stern with the set. Shot comes in. Saved by the Vikings. Torres attacking off the hands of Wickman. Saved by the Grizzlies, but that one will land out of bounds. 19-18 as the Vikings take the lead. This could be a pivotal point here for both teams. Vikings trying to take shuts that lead that has been 1 or 0 for this entire time. Now looking to try to bring it to 2. And the score, 19-18 lead. We are going to have a quick timeout here. You are listening to 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for Oakland Grizzlies sports. Closely knit fourth set here at the arena. Vikings up 19-18, looking to shut the door on the Grizzlies, up 2-1 here in set number 4. serve from the Vikings. Shot attacking. That one off the upright. Point goes to the Vikings.
Number 9, Milosevic on the serve for the Vikings.
That one goes across. Brown to Stern. Sets for shot. Great play there to answer her last one. Point to the Grizzlies. 19-20 now. Down by 1 as Ducey returns to the floor for OU.
Wickman on the serve, looking to tie things back up here for the Grizzlies.
Wickman sends it across. Kept alive by the Vikings. Set in comes Torres flying through. Great save by Gentry Brown. Smith looks to fire, and that one's off target. Score now 21-19. 2-point lead for the Vikings. And this one coming down to the wire.
Delventhal on the serve here for the Vikings.
Serve to Wickman. Set by Stern. In comes shot. Great play again for the Grizzlies. That'll get another point their direction. 21-20. Rossman and Linkhart returns to the floor.
Rossman here on the serve for the Grizzlies.
Set. And attacking is Hall for another kill. Her 14th of the night. That'll put the score at 22-20. 3 points from victories, Cleveland State.
Walker on the serve for the Vikings, looking to finish this up with 3 points.
Set by Ross. In comes Goosey. That one is off the fingertips of the Vikings. Point goes to Oakland. 22-21 lead now for the Vikings. Down to 1.
Libby Smith on the serve for the Grizzlies.
That service blocked. Great play there by Hall. And that point will go off the hands. Oakland now tying this game up 22-22.
Smith still on the serve.
Scooped by Cleveland State. Attacking is Hall. Good play to keep it alive. Set by Rossman. In comes Goosey. Vikings still alive. Kohler attacking. And that one off the hands. Point to the Vikings. 23-22 now.
Hall back on the serve for the Vikings, looking to finish this up with 2 points left to go in the set.
Rossman sets. In comes Linkhart. Hall returns it. That one will go long. Point to the Vikings, and this is game point here.
Hall back on the serve.
And across. Kept alive by Oakland. Attacking is Brown. That one goes off the hands, and that'll be point to the Vikings, and that will be the game. Cleveland State taking this one 25-22 in the final set. 3-1. As always, I thank you all for listening and tuning into 88.3 FM, WXOU, and WXOU Sports on YouTube. Tune in on November 4th for the second men's basketball game broadcasted this season here on WXOU. It'll be Jacob Ward on color. I'll be your play-by-play man. And thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night.